Uh, Hello everyone. Welcome to the HTML and CSS workshop. My name is Seishu Molina, and
I'm Anish Kasam. Just to give a quick overview of the workshop, we're just going to start off by giving a brief overview of HTML and CSS and some important concepts within those languages, and then move into frameworks, specifically Bootstrap, and then we'll talk about the importance of front-end development in data science, some examples, and then have a short activity.
HTML, also known as hypertext markup language, is the most common language for website creation. Whenever you are visiting a web page, you are most likely seeing an HTML page. CSS, also known as cascading style sheets, is used to style HTML files and help create appealing websites. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are three languages that almost all websites use. HTML allows for the creation of different elements on a web page, including text, links, images, headers, etc. Elements are created in an HTML file using tags. For example, every HTML file will have a doc type, head, HTML, and body tag. To the right, you can see the sample HTML file. Let's go over each of the tags present in the file and what they do. The doc type tag basically tells the browser the type of file. The head tag contains all the metadata of a website. Metadata is data that is not explicitly visible but describes the file and website. The title within the head tag controls what is shown on the tab icon for a website. Moving forward, the HTML tag indicates the start of HTML elements that will be displayed to the visitor of the website. The body tag exists within the HTML tags and contains all the elements of a website, including text, images, etc. The H1 tag is a heading tag and is often used to display the title of a website or other very important text. The P tag is a paragraph tag and is a common tag used to display types of information. Other common tags are A, which is used to create links, IMG, which is used to display image, form and input, which are used to collect user input, IB, which can be used to make text italicized and bold respectively. Additionally, one of the most used tags is the div tag, which is a generic tag that can be used to group elements together. Another useful HTML tags are the UL, OL, and LI tags, which can be used to create unordered and ordered lists.
All right, CSS is what allows you to control what the elements that you created using tags in the HTML file look like. You can change the appearance of every element, and the browser knows which elements to apply the style to based off of its CSS selector. And there's a code snippet to the right. You can see that certain styles have been applied. For example, the background color of the body has been made black. The heading is given the font family of Times New Roman and is white, and the paragraph text is gray and bold. So CSS selectors are the first part of every CSS method and tell the browser which elements to style. The most common CSS selectors are type, ID, and class selectors. And in the code snippet, you can see that the body CSS style, the body tag has been selected by its type. The heading, which is indicated by the hashtag, is an ID selector. And lastly, the paragraph has been selected by a class selector, which is indicated by the period. And there are also other selectors that can be used to determine how elements look when they're hovered on, clicked on, etc. And selectors can also be nested. So a paragraph tag could have an ID, a class, and each of those CSS styles can apply something different. And the difference between an ID and a class is that an ID is unique and an element can only have one ID, while classes can be applied to multiple elements and an element can also have multiple classes. And this is a website that has the styles from the previous image being applied. As you can see, the entire website is black because the body has been given a background color of black, and the heading text is white and Times New Roman, and the paragraph text is gray and bolded. Oftentimes, many projects will reuse a large majority of the same CSS. And in order to make their lives easier, front-end developers often use CSS frameworks, which are basically pre-written CSS files that allow developers to easily style their website. These pre-written CSS files basically have multiple classes and IDs that developers can apply to their HTML tags and automatically style them. The most popular CSS framework is Bootstrap, and it's used by tons of programmers and companies. Even websites such as Twitter, Spotify, and LinkedIn utilize Bootstrap. And Bootstrap has a lot of basic designs for forms, buttons, tables, navigation, layouts, etc. It saves tons of time and effort and is pretty easy to learn. Now, the code on the right creates a simple data table that contains information on sample students. Some of the tags that are used that we haven't gone over are the table, T-head, T-body, T-H, T-R, and T-D. The table tag encompasses all of the other tags and basically is the entire table. T-head is the header of the table, which you can kind of think of as the titles of each column. The T-body is all of the data itself. TH is the index of each row. TR is each row itself, and then TD is each individual cell. This website uses Bootstrap and some of the classes that come with the framework, and this is what the website looks like. As you can see, all the elements have been styled using Bootstrap, and it's a lot more visually appealing compared to the previous website that we showed. And this is kind of the convenience of Bootstrap. The websites pretty much can come visually appealing. You don't have to apply a lot of work to do basic styling.
And being able to create websites is important for data science. One of the most important aspects of being a data scientist is being able to display data and communicate data to users. Data visualizations such as tables, graphs, etc., can be made using HTML and CSS. Furthermore, some sophisticated AI models require a front end. Recently, one of the mainstream examples of data science in the news is ChatGPT. ChatGPT comes in the form of a web app where users are able to interact with an interactive chatbot. The front end is incredibly important.
Okay, and then now for the activity. If you can go to the tiny URL or the long link and clone the repository, and then that'll give you the pre-existing files from the previous website that we showed with the basic table. And if you want to, you can try and append the data below to the end of that table. After that, you can try changing different CSS styles if you want to, background color, text color, font family, etc. This is a sample below. And if you have more time, you can keep messing around with the data table. I'll leave the link up.
Feel free to leave us some feedback.
And then slides will be posted if you're not done with the activity. So and I'm sure you have access to the repository as well. But other than that, thank you for coming. And yeah, if you have any other questions, we'll be here for like another minute or two. But other than that, have a great day.